Shalom. Shalom. Before I start, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Wahab, Akakodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, coming in the name. Ba means coming in, Ha means the, Shah means name, Rakah means holy, Kodash means spirit. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone, who will well and teach well, because those are the men who I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, and shalom to you sincere brothers scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you sincere sisters that's listening in silence, as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakah from the Servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada branch. And pretty much in this lesson, it's going to be titled as The Hour of Temptation is Right Upon Us. The hour of temptation is right upon us. And the reason why I titled this lesson as this is because there's an article that the beloved brother Shapar of the 12 shared with me last night. And I prayed about it, and I told him I was going to do a lesson on this because it was very edifying. And pretty much in the article, it's pretty much a mandate saying that all pets, that anybody has a pet, they pet has to get C-hipped. And it's made mandatory. They're pretty much demanding that everyone's pet is to be C-hipped. Now, we know that this is leading into what? This situation here in this photo right here. And this is where it's going into. Right now, they're making it a mandate that everyone's pets is supposed to get C-hipped. But this is leading to the hour of temptation, which is going to be the new currency for every single person that's living in this society has to be C-hipped. And this is the hour of temptation here. And if you are a person out there, a so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, and you don't believe in this here, regardless if you believe in this or not, you take this, you will be destroyed. There's no repentance for taking this here, because this is the hour of temptation. Now let's get to the article. Salakia. It says treasured pets to be safer as microchipping deadline approaches. Mandatory microchipping of cats will be helped reunite thousands of lost or stray pets everywhere. See, so they're putting this decree out to say that every pet should be C-hipped, right? It says cat owners are today being argued to have their pets microchipped ahead of new legislation coming into force on June 10th to keep treasured pets safe. And we know that this is all to fulfill their agendas, to see how this will work and to operate. And they're doing it on people's pets, right? It says the legal deadline was previously confirmed in the legislation laid in March 2023, following the government call for evidence and consultation on the issue in December 2020, in which 99% of respondents expressed support for the measure. It says, with the number of cats in England now more than 9 million, the introduction of mandatory microchipping will make it easier for lost or stray pet cats to be reunited with their owners and return home safely. Microchipping is proven to be the most effective method for identifying lost pets, with microchip dogs more than twice as likely to be reunited with their owner. Microchips are safe. It says microchips are safe. Microchips are safe and easy to implant. Now, these Edomites, they'll do and say whatever they can to get this agenda across, or to get this agenda in progress. They'll say and do whatever they can. That's Esau. He'll talk sweetly with his words, but he'll do anything and willing to get his agenda to the point, to where he wants to get. And he'll do it by, again, talking sweetly with words. It says microchips are safe and easy to implant with an average cost around E25 for microchipping and registration. Slovakia. Often charities and reputable cat rescue organizations may be able to microchip your cat for a reduced rate. The process of microchipping involves the insertion of a chip, generally around the size of a grain of rice. You see that? And this is what is coming. Right now they doing pets, but pretty soon they're going to do it across the world. And if you're a person that take this, you're going to be destroyed. So there's no repentance for taking this. So without this here, this is what is going to be made mandatory to survive and make it in this society. But you don't want to take this. This is totally against the Lord. And if you take this, you will be destroyed. This right here is going to be the hour of temptation, because without this here, they're going to have it. Without this here, without having this, you're not going to be able to go in and out of the stores like you do every day. You're not going to be able to drive around in your car and go into a restaurant, or, go get yourself some gas, or, you probably trying to go to the bank, get a money order or whatever it is. You're not going to be able to do that without having this. This is going to be the whole new thing. You're going to have to literally scan to go into the bank, scan to, go here, scan to go there, see a primary doctor, scan. It's going to be a lot of scanning with this C-hip here. This is going to lead a lot of civil unrest, and everybody is not going to take this here. So this is going to cause a lot of uproars, mayhem, etc. Because everybody know what this is. Everybody's not going to take this. Everybody isn't going to get this. Everybody's not going to get that there. But you see how they trying to persuade people into thinking it's safe and it's a good thing. Esau tried to do whatever he can to get his agenda fulfilled, right? It says the process of microchipping involves insertion of a chip, generally around the size of a grain of rice, under the skin of a pet. Doesn't that sound familiar? Right? A grain of rice. And this is what it's leading into. And if you are a person that believe that this ain't real, or you don't believe in this, you don't believe in the MOTB, well, guess what? You take it, you're going to be destroyed. You take that MOTB, you will be destroyed. There's no repentance for taking that, man. It says the microchip has an unique, right? It says unique serial number that the keeper needs to register on a database. It says when an animal is found, the microchip can be read with a scanner and the registered keeper identified on a database, so the pet can quickly be united with them. The introduction of mandatory microchipping follows a public consultation where there was overwhelming support for the measure. Owned cats must be microchipped before reaching 20 weeks of age, with their contact details stored and kept up to date in a pet microchipping database. You see that? So they're making it mandatory. And this is what they're going to do in this society. They're going to make it mandatory. So this is why, again, you want to be seeking the Lord and getting this truth as much as possible and praying without ceasing, because Esau's coming in like a flood, right? Revelation 12:12. Because these are their agendas here. Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." It says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." And this is Esau Edom. he know that he had but a short time. Okay, Esau is coming through like a flood. Esau, he's coming through like a flood, man. He's coming in with his stormtroopers. He's gonna push forth his laws, his agendas, right? So he know that he don't have much time. So this is why they're pushing these agendas here, and we beginning to see them be pushed more and more and more and more. Esau is trying to bring in that CBDC, which is that central bank digital currency. Salaki, I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Had to drop some relatives off at work. So Salakia, that CBDC, central bank digital currency. So Esau is ready to push those agendas, man. And you gotta be mindful because you don't want to fall for Esau's bullshit, in other words. Revelation 13:15. And it says, he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And who's the he? The central banker, right? That scarlet covered beast, which is the NATO, the EU, right? The Roman Empire today. That's who that he is there. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And that image is his system, okay? His beast system. And that beast is the NATO, right? That scarlet covered beast that's mentioned in Revelation, the 17th chapter, right? It talks about that scarlet covered beast, right? And the 7 heads and the 10 horns, which those 7 heads are those 7 rulerships of the Edomites. And those 10 horns is talking about those 10 European nations, right? So that's who that's talking about. That's who that beast is. It says that the image, the system, right, of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, because that's going to lead into what? The hour of temptation, man. This is the hour of temptation here. This is going to be across the world. This is going to be a global thing. You ain't going to be able to escape this. You got people that's going to Hawaii or trying to go to the Bahamas and trying to go way out. That's still part of the U.S. You can't escape that shit, man. This is going to be made mandatory, and you can't be gullible to fall for this, because Esau is going to talk very smooth. He even going to offer you probably in that time, how brother said, because everything is digital, he might offer you 50, I'll say 20, 20,000, I'll say 20,000 of credit. You get this C-HIP here, we'll offer you 20,000 credit. You get 20,000 credit a week or 5,000 credit a week. Your credit will be good. You can get you a car. You get you a place. You can get you this. You can get you that. You can't be gullible to fall for this. Then you're going to be in a bad situation. You take that. Right? Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? Verse 16, and he causeth all, see that? That's talking about he there, the central bankers. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, the richest man of the earth to the poorest man homeless on the street, free and bond, to receive a MARK in their right hands or in their foreheads. Now you go into that word MARK there for edification, because you got Israelite groups out there that say that this is talking about a spiritual MARK, and this is not referring to that. That goes into G5480, which is charagma, right, which is a stamp or imprinted mark. You go into the etymology of G5480, it goes to G5482, which is karax, a pale stake or palisade, right? That palisade there is talking about the damn needle that they use to implement that C-HIP inside you, right? And if you take it, you're going to be destroyed. And when you go into the etymology of G5482, it goes to G1125, which is grapho, right? Which is what it says, to delineate or form letters on a tablet or pitched, right, parchment, paper, or other material. So this is a physical thing here, all right? And we can prove that it's even more of a physical thing, because this ain't talking about spiritual, right? Receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You go into the meaning of that word. You go into Revelation 13:17, right? So like it, because this is the part I'm trying to get to, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. Now you go into that 636, that goes into psi chi stigma, right? Which we're going to get right here. It goes into what? G5516, chi stigma, right?
Strong's G5516. Chi, Psi, Stigma. Chi, Psi, Stigma.
It goes into G5516, which is high psi stigma. Okay? High psi stigma. You see that? So when you go into the etymology of high psi stigma, it goes into G4742, which is what?
Strong's G4742. Stigma. Stigma.
You see that? Stigma. It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves, soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master, right? Or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods. You see that? Stigma. So you see that? It goes into high psi stigma, right? And you go to etymology of high psi stigma, it goes to G4742, which is stigma. So this is a physical thing here. You see that? And isn't this similar to what those pets are getting? They're getting C-hip, right? It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to. You see that? So it's a physical thing here. That's a physical thing here. So this is how we know when you read Revelation 13, you read from verse 15 all the way down to 18. That's all talking about a physical M-A-R-K. That's not talking about a spiritual one, right? Revelation 14 and 9. Actually, I started Revelation 14 and 9 because this is going into all of that. Revelation 14 and 9. And it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, you see that? The beast in his image, his system, and receive his M-A-R-K in their foreheads or in his hand. Because this is leading into the hour of temptation. This is how it's going to be. If you don't have this, you won't be able to survive and make it in this society. Because everything that you have in your wallet right now, because right now we're under fiat currency. But once they bring in that CBDC, we're going to be under a whole new system. We're going to be under the digital currency. And the digital currency is going to be this here, the see it. You're not going to be able to see a primary. If you're an elderly person, an elderly Israelite, you ain't going to be able to get your prescriptions without having this here. You're not going to be able to see your primary doctor without having this here. Okay, you're not going to be able to get your medicines and all these things, see your chiropractor, all these things, you may see your doctor or whatever. You're not going to be able to do any of that without this. You a person that got to go to the dentist, you're going to have this. Everything is going to be off of this here. So to survive, it's going to be very challenging for people because everybody's not going to get this. So it's going to be very challenging for a lot of Israelites. This is why it's called Jacob's trouble, because you're not going to be able to make it. You're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to drink no water. You're not going to be able to work, because to work, you're going to have this. The jobs are going to push this really heavy upon the employees, right? So this is going to be very severe and very oppression upon the Israelites. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship, any man, so like it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in their forehead or in his hand. So notice it said hand there. It doesn't matter if you get it in your left hand or right hand. You get it. You get that C hip. You get this thing right here. Implement it anywhere in your body. You will be destroyed. There's no repentance for taking that, man. There is literally no repentance for taking that. Verse 10, it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Right? And the indignation is going to be wrath. It's wrath of the Lord. So if you take that MOTB, you're going to receive the wrath of the Lord. It says that he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. Because Yahweh Shai, that Lamb there is referring to the Messiah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his true name is Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai and the angels, they're going to come back. Right, and they're going to cast judgment on the earth, right? When you read down to verse 14 in Revelation 14, it talks about the Lord coming back like a sharp sickle, right? The angels and Yahweh Shai coming back to establish their judgment, and you don't want to be caught up in that. Revelation 14 and 11, it says, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. Now, this part right here, in the top part of Revelation 14 and 11, that's talking about the nuclear destruction, right? That smoke is never going to go out after that. There's going to be eternal smoke in the air. That's talking about the thermonuclear destruction. Let's read this part. It says, and they have no rest day nor night, right? Who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. Because you're going to have those that's going to receive the mark of Esau. They're going to be marked with Esau's name. But the elect, the 144,000, which is all the elect men, and the men, women, and children under that, the elect itself, the elect themselves, they're going to be sealed with the Lord's name. Like the scriptures say in Proverbs 18 and 10, right? The Lord's name is a strong tower. So the elect, they're going to be sealed with knowing of the name of the Lord, of the name of the Lord. But you're going to have those that's going to be sealed with Esau's name. They're going to be sealed with Esau's name. They're going to be marked with Esau's name. You don't want that, because that leads into that judgment, right? You're going to be destroyed. Revelation 16 and 2, and the first went out and poured out his veil upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark, right, the mark of the beast, and upon, mark, the mark of the beast, which is the MOTB. It says, and upon them which worshipped his image. So those that took that MOTB, they're going to be receiving that grievous sore. They're going to have infection, etc. And that's what's coming, and if you take that MOTB there, you will be destroyed, right? Like what Bone Crushers say on Def Jam Fight for New York, you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. You will be destroyed if you take that MOTB. If you brothers ever played Def Jam Fight for New York, I was thinking about that with Bone Crusher. He be saying that in his intro. Let's get back to the main point. Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw the thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw, this is John the Revelator. All that I read in Revelation is all John the Revelator when he was on the island of Patmos. Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw the thrones, and they sat up upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. So a lot of us is going to be beheaded. We're going to be guillotined, taken to those concentration camps. We're going to be guillotined because we know that what this is. So, we're going to be, a lot of us are going to be put to death for rejecting to receive the MOTB. And that's what you want to do. Yeah, you're going to be put to death, but that's a righteous act for the Lord because you didn't comply to the system. You didn't take the beast system. So you're dying in righteousness for the Lord. That's what you would want to do. It says, right here, it says the MOTB, right? The RFID chip. You see that? So you don't want to take that. But, you're going to have those that's going to take it. So if you take that, you're going to be destroyed when the Lord come back. If you don't take it, you're going to be put to death, but that's a righteous act for the Lord. And it says, and for the word of the Most High, in which had not worshipped the beast, right? You're going to have those that's going to be put to death for not receiving that. They're not going to take it. it says neither his image, neither his system. They didn't comply to the beast system. It says neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. So there you go. You're going to be rewarded for not taking that. So yeah, you're going to die on this end. You're going to be put to death for not complying to the system here, but you have a reward given to you from the Lord, and that's what's coming for the elect. That's what's coming for the elect. That reward, being faithful unto death. Right? The scriptures mention that, Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And I think it's I think I went too far down. No, that's not it. Is it? No, that's not the precept that I want. I think this was it. No, that's not. Salakia. It's Revelation 2 and 10. There's the precept right below it. I could have read that. I'll read it from the top again too. Salakia. This is Revelation 2 and 9. And it says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And we know that this is talking about in that time the wicked Israelites. But you could also use this to the Amalekites. But this was, in this time, was referring to the wicked Israelites. Revelation 2 and 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You see that? Behold, the devil is come, right? The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. You see, you're going to be tried. And you're going to be tried on what? Your faith. You individually is going to be tried in this faith. So this is why, we should be praying without ceasing and strengthening our spirit and praying daily, man. Ask the Lord for mercy and strength, because you're going to have a lot of brothers in this truth. They're going to fall out, and elders even said you're going to have brothers in the truth that's going to turn to Judas Iscariot in that time. And I pray that we're none of those individuals. But in that time, there's going to be a lot of Judas Iscariots. They're going to lose the faith, and they're going to give into the system, due to, if you are a Jake that have a family, your wife and your children wind up getting that, that's going to put a lot of brothers in devastation, and damn, I might as well get it too. But see, you got to have the faith. That's why the faith, having the faith, can get you through that. And if you're a brother that's fully persuaded in that time, you should be good, if you've been doing those things. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. See that? So this is what is coming upon the Israelites, the hour of temptation. And like I said, regardless if you believe in this or not, you take this here, you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. There's no repentance for taking this here. Because you got a lot of individuals that say, oh, I don't believe in that, and, I don't believe in the MOTB. I don't believe in that. Or they say this is spiritual. Revelation 13 is not, Revelation 13 verse 15 through 18 is not talking about a spiritual one. That is talking about a physical MARK. And if you take it, you will be destroyed. So hey, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. On to the next one. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Shalom.